Gun Freak Nation, how are you? It's the president, TElectrik, and I just want to, talk to you about why I think personally you should be armed. I want to, I don't even know where to start. It's been a minute, but I'm just saying, I'm going to just make it simple for y'all. If y'all want to live, you want to survive, you want to live, I feel deep in my heart that you should have a firearm. You should be armed. And I know I'm preaching to the choir. I'm talking Gun Free Nation to the people that is watching that don't want to have don't want that either don't like firearms, that don't like guns, or they just, you know, think that they just negative. They connect guns to violence. And I get it. I understand why you may not like it because, you know, it's always, associated with violence. You understand? But I'm here to try to persuade you to think about your life and your loved one's life. You know what I'm saying? And forgive me if I go to twitching or something because I recently pulled a muscle in my back and man, I'm in a world of pain. But I felt like I still needed to get this video out even though my back is killing me right now. But you know what's worth more to me is y'all out there being safe. That's all that matters to me right now. Forget my pain, what I'm going through. I want y'all to gain in life. When I say gain in life, I mean purchasing you, getting you some protection. Basically, I'm not saying go buy a firearm and go for bad and go start and all kind of shit with people and all that. No, I mean getting something for self-preservation, something something that can protect you and your family. I'm gonna say it to you like this: you gotta be able you gotta be able to defend yourself. Do you value? I want to ask you out there, you that's watching right now that don't have a gun. I want to ask you this question right now. Do you value your life? Do you value, if you got a family or loved ones, do you value their life? Do you know that these savages that's out there, and I call savages these criminals. I'm not talking about or just a regular thief that's hungry or something, trying to steal him some food from the grocery store or something like that. I try to help people like that. I'm talking about these savages, these evil people that don't give a damn don't give a damn about your money, don't give a damn about your personal property. They just want to come in and inflict some type of torture and pain on you and your family. I'm talking about the type of savage that want to kick in your door, climb through your window, and rape your wife. Rape your daughter, rape you. So I'm just saying, it's two different type of criminals, man. You got your everyday hustler criminal that's out there that's trying to make a living. I'm not justifying anything. And then you got your violent, savage criminal that don't give a damn, that want to come in and just bluntly just take it from you, break in your house, do the raping, do the torture. They get off on that type of shit. They get off on tying you up and making you watch them stick their dick inside of your wife or your girlfriend while they raping her, gang raping her, and you're in a chair fucking tied up. And they might even try to rape you. Ain't no try. Because I'm going to tell you something, people. If you don't have a gun to defend yourself and you think 911 is the answer, then you're wrong. I was talking to somebody the other day and they was like, well, I got alarm systems, I got cameras, motion detectors, I got night vision, I got everything, man. I said, yeah, that's a good thing to have, but guess what? All that's gonna do is just warn you that somebody is breaking in your house. Once they bypass all that and get through and and break in, then what? You gonna get on your phone? You gonna call 911? Then you gonna go hide while you listen to your loved ones get raped and molested and roughed up? Come on, man. It's you got to have more than an alarm system. You know, some people are like, well, I got an alarm system and I got 2 dogs. Well, guess what? Guess what? Pit Bull versus Glock ran. Okay? Glock gonna win all day. And nowadays, you just don't have 1 savage, 2 savages. You have up to 5 savages. I saw a video the other night that was heartbreaking. A man, taking care of his family, leaving his home to go to work, and the savages caught him. Getting into his car. He was headed out the house to go to work, to leave. He was leaving his home to go to work, and they caught him, 5 of them, guns to his head, and he made the mistake of taking them savages back into the house with his family, and they end up killing that man. One thing I tell you to do is, if somebody get the drop on you, you never take them back to your home where your family at. Matter of fact, you never let them take you to a secondary location, because 10 out of 10, you have to think like this. They're taking you somewhere where ain't nobody else around. They're taking you somewhere to murder you, to torture you, to do whatever they want to you, in the comfort of knowing that there's nobody else around. So if somebody do get the drop on you, man, you make your last stand right then and there. You're going to have to just shoot me down or kill me right on the spot. Because you ain't about to take me to another location where you can, torture me. That's not going to happen. And it was a guy that was robbed at gunpoint out in the street, and he took him back to his apartment where his girlfriend was at. You know what them savages did? Soon as they got him back to his apartment, they immediately killed him, and they raped his girlfriend and then strangled her to death. Yes, I'm talking about violent animal. Well, I don't even want to call them animals, because animals don't even do this shit. They're fucking barbarians. They're fucking savages that get off on being in, I call, God mode. And the reason why I call it God mode is because when they get the drop on you, or they come in and you don't have a gun to defend yourself, they put that gun to your head. They think they're God, because they are now in control whether you live or you die. If you don't comply to what they say and follow every demand that they make, they will kill you. And they probably gonna kill you anyway after they done raping you, torturing you. They get off on that. This is demonic, people. So I'm telling you right now, for those of you that don't have a gun, I get it. You don't like guns. You associate guns with violence. I mean, it was just a club somewhere, a nightclub that just got shot up and people killed. It was just a Walmart that recently just got killed by a fellow co-worker. I think he was a manager. And he went in the break room and killed like 6 people. I get it. But if any of those 6 people would have been armed, they would have had a chance to at least fight back. You understand? They would have had a chance. That's what I'm preaching here, people. When you have some type of firearm, I don't give a damn what it is. It gives you the power, if you know what you're doing and you know how to handle it and you don't train with it. It gives you the power, that option to be able to fight back. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. It could be It could be 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they'll come in. It could be 4 o'clock in the morning, and they will come in. Whether they disengage your alarm system nowadays, these savages are pulling your power meter because they know nowadays everything is being controlled by Wi-Fi. And if Wi-Fi ain't gonna work, if you don't have power, so these fucking savages is getting tactical, pulling your fucking power meter, going in your yard, pulling your power meter, cutting your phone line or whatever, and coming up in there. And some of them don't care if your alarm do go off. So what I'm saying to you, if you don't have a firearm and you hear somebody kicking in your door right now or climbing through your window, smashing your window out, you're going to grab your phone, the cell phone, right? And you're going to call 911 while they're in your home. I'm going to tell you something. One of the most violent situations and most terrifying situations is you in your home and somebody just did a home invasion on you. That's one of the most terrifying situations because you don't know what their agenda is. But I can tell you this, they're coming in expecting to fight. They're coming in armed. They're coming in to confront you, to do a violent takeover. So if they come in and you don't have a gun, but I guarantee you they got guns and there's going to be multiple savages, and they get a hold to you, it only takes seconds for them to shoot you and kill you, or bash your brains out with a hammer or a bat, bludgeon you to death. They can rape you. They can rape your wife or your girlfriend. Hell, they even raping the man now. So those days of somebody just waiting till you leave and they gonna hit, do a quick, hit and run and break in and run out with the TV. Those days are over. That cat burglar is over. Those days are over. That's so 1980s and 70s. You dealing with people that get off on hurting you. They already hopped up on drugs. They already horny as hell. They already know what they gonna do. They already got a preconceived notion of what they're gonna do before they even enter the house and enter your house. So I'm telling you, if you got kids, if you got a wife, if you got a husband, I'm telling you, arm up. Get that gun. Do research on it. Do you know what I'm saying? Before you even buy it. And once you buy it, just don't buy it just to buy one, to have one. Train with it. Get to the range. And if you're still concerned about it, there is a such thing as a gun safety class that you can take. You know what I'm saying? You can actually go take a class that's going to tell you how to operate your gun, how to clean it, how to break it down and clean it, lube it, all that good stuff. You got to be proficient with it so when the shit hit the fan, it'll be, secondary. You know what I'm saying? You can shoot back. You will have a fighting chance. That's all I'm saying. At the bottom, when it gets down to the nitty gritty, when it all boils down, it comes down to this. You want to have a fighting chance to get rid of these damn savages, to fight them back. I'm not telling you to go out there and be a vigilante group or be, go for bad or any of that. I'm telling you this is strictly for self-defense because whether you believe it or not, you are worth it, man. And you cannot depend on the police. Your line of defense you can't make that their responsibility. You are the first line of defense. Hell, man, if I didn't have a gun, I would be so uncomfortable. It'd be like me naked walking down the middle of a busy street. I got to have a gun. I would not be able to sleep at night because there are evil people out in this world, and they just hell bent on they're like wolf and you the sheep. And when they see that you are helpless, because basically, the way I look at it, if you don't have a gun, you basically helpless, man. And for y'all that do got one, there's people out there that really do think like that. Like, what the hell do I need a gun for? That's what the police is for. Where you're wrong. You're wrong. It's not the police job. Police are responders. You know what I'm saying? They respond to a crime, but they're not crime stoppers. So don't expect us, if you got about 5 or 6 savages kicking in your door, don't expect the police to just magically appear and be there to defend you. No, they're coming in there, and once they're in your house, motherfucker, we in here. Now what? You gonna do whatever the fuck we tell you to do. Get down on your fucking knees and get the fucking sucking. And if you don't do it, they're gonna give you a brutal ass kicking, an ass whooping. Or they're going to put a bullet in your brain. It's just as simple as that. You got people that just don't think it can never happen to them. Let me tell y'all something, man. When Shannon Christian woke up that morning, she didn't know her life would end 2 days later being gang raped. Gang raped, sexually tortured, the things that they did to that woman. She didn't deserve that shit, man. Nobody deserves to die like that. That teacher, where those fucking savages got her apartment mixed up. They got the wrong apartment. They was trying to break into a drug dealer's apartment, but they broke in her apartment by mistake. Thinking her apartment was the drug dealer's apartment, and they caught that woman in her bed, sleep. And they tortured her, brutally beat her, broke her jaw in 2 different places, shot her in the shoulder, stabbed her in the head, and then when the bastards realized that they had the wrong apartment, they just killed her. She lost her life. She didn't have a gun. I'm thinking in both situations, man, that if Shannon Christian or either her boyfriend, because they kidnapped her and her boyfriend. They even raped her boyfriend. They raped him. When they did the autopsy on him, they found semen in his anal. They raped that man, shot and killed him, and then set his body on fire. Fucking savages. And then compared to her death, his death was the easy one because they spent the next 48 hours brutally raping her to the point to where they got tired of raping her. So guess what? They started sexually torturing her, sticking table legs in her vagina. Sticking table legs, and I'm talking about dining room, kitchen table, table legs, people. Stiff, sodomizing her with that. So don't tell me that evil don't exist. It's evil motherfuckers out there, evil fucking savages. And I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want that to happen to you. I'm telling you, arm yourself. Think about it. Just close your eyes for a couple of minutes. You don't have a gun, and somebody is pulling a home invasion on you. That's got to be one of the most scariest, helpless moments of your life, because you don't have a weapon, a gun, to be able to fight back. Because I'm going to tell you something. The only way a bad, evil savage with a gun can be stopped is with a good guy, a good, righteous guy with a gun. And when it comes to violence like that, You don't depend on nobody else, no government, no law enforcement agency, no police. You have to be the first line of defense. You got to be the first line of defense. It depends on the situation that you're in, but I prefer, me personally, any gun is better than no gun. But I prefer you have two. I prefer you have a regular handgun and get your CPL, your concealed carry license, because you may come across a savage out in these streets. You got to still go out in the world. But when it comes to your home, I suggest that, a lot of people say shotgun. Shotgun got its pros and its cons. But if you got multiple family members and your room is upstairs and their bedroom's downstairs, and the savages already have made it inside your home, you don't want to be slinging around, a shotgun. I mean, you don't want to have it loaded with slugs or buckshot or whatever, because especially with the buckshot, it spreads. So you definitely don't want to hit a loved one. It can be dangerous. I'm not saying not to have one, but I'm just saying it's you got to consider that. What if they got one of your loved ones and they got a gun to their head? You can't. I mean, it's fucked up all the way around. No matter what gun you have, it's a dangerous situation. But you got to make the best out of it and just be prepared. Me, myself, I used to recommend either AR-15 pistol or AK-47, pistol. And I still do, but it depends on your living situation. Those are some powerful rounds. Definitely, ammunition, hollow points. You definitely want that, because hollow points is not going to really penetrate drywall like that. That's what I prefer. That's self-defense ammo. But recently, I use my AR-9 with hollow points. You know what I'm saying? I use that. That's what I use. My AR-9 with hollow points. And make sure that your gun has a flashlight on it, because you want to be able to positive identify your target, especially if you don't live alone. That's the last thing you want, is somebody innocent, a family member, somebody innocent to get hit. So you want to be able to have a positive ID on that fucking savage. It's, to send his stinking ass to Funky Town. Okay? So I have, a lot of guns myself, but my go-to is my Glock 17. It's a 9mm that holds 17 rounds. But the main gun I'm gonna go for now, like I said, if I see a whole gang of fucking savages coming in or done broke in, ain't no doubt about it, I'm grabbing the Micro Draco, because I put my life on the line with that. It is never jammed. I'm going for that, because 9 out of 10, they coming in with ARs themselves. You want to always outgun the savage. So when you got a multitude of them coming in, like multiple savages, I'm grabbing that AK, because that's the almighty equalizer. But if it's just one or two of them, I got my AR-9 with my civil defense ammo, hollow points in there. Those little nasty suckers travel over 2,000 feet per second. They go through body armor, certain types of body armor. But that's just me. Every situation is different. But like I say, these savages, they're coming in with body armor themselves. They're coming in with AR-15s. They're coming in with AK-47s. And it's more than just one. It's 5. It's 8 of them. It's 10 of them. They being tactical. And nowadays, they aiming for your face. They're trying to get a headshot on you in case you got on body armor. So it is a dangerous situation. But one thing that can help you is be armed. So you can at least have a chance to fight back. That's what a gun, having your own gun, offer you. It offered you that chance to be able to defend your life and to be able to defend your family's life. And it's worth it at the end of the day. Okay? You are worth it. The devil is out there. These evil savages is out there. Just the other night, it was 2 home invasions not far from me that took place. And in both cases, the people were assaulted. The woman was raped. They ran up in there. They assaulted the husband and raped his wife. Brutally raped her. I don't even know if anything else was took. It's almost as if these nasty bastards are just coming in and just having a fucking, gangbang party. They're high off of these drugs. They're already, they already horny, and they're coming in to do the devil's work. So what I'm saying to you righteous people that's out there, please love yourself enough to be able to fight back and send them to Funky Town. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you to go out there and be a criminal or go for bad or, think you the shit or whatever, to get a gun. No. I'm telling you to be humble. I'm telling you to be responsible with that firearm, especially if you got kids. Lock it up during the day. Keep it, come up with some type of plan where they can't get access to it. Especially if you got, kids, because curiosity, you heard that saying, curiosity killed the cat. You don't want no mistakes where they get in a hold of guns. That's a whole nother, topic right there. But you got to make sure that it's locked up or out of reach from them. You know what I'm saying? Keep the bitch unloaded or whatever. But at nighttime, mainly when them savages strike, you better load that bitch up and have it within reach, because seconds matter when somebody is breaking in your house. Like I said, you may call the police, but police will be there in minutes, but seconds matter. Seconds matter. So I just want y'all to be able to, protect yourself, especially you women that's living by yourself. Not only get a gun, but make sure that your bedroom door at night is locked and fortified, man. Get extra locks on it. Because if that teacher that I told you about earlier, where the criminals mistook her, went into her apartment thinking she was a drug dealer, and they tortured her like, where the money at? Where the money at? And she didn't have no idea what they was talking about, and they murdered her. But if she would have had a gun and her bedroom door would have been locked and fortified, then obviously they would have had to kick the door in to get to her. And with that being said, if they kicking in her door, that would have woke her up and she would have had time to get to her gun on her nightstand. And as soon as they breached that fucking door, she could have opened up on their asses. But because she didn't have a gun, what could she do? What could she do? So I'm begging you, love yourself enough to go out and make that first purchase. Get your gun. And what I want to hear from Gun Freak Nation in the comments, what is y'all plan? What is your go-to gun? What are your plans, man? Or ma'am? What are your plans if the shit hits the fan? I love y'all, Gun Freak Nation. Happy holidays. Hopefully my back gonna get better. But I had to do this video. I felt the need to do it because somebody needs to hear this. Somebody really needs to hear this message, man. I'm tired of looking on the news and on the internet and seeing victim after victim after victim. You got a girl that went to Mexico that you can't even trust your friends nowadays. She was brutally beat to death. Maybe she should have had a gun. But in her case, you can't take no gun into Mexico. So you just got to be careful who is in your circle. You know what I'm saying? May everybody that's died at the hands of violence, may their souls rest in peace. But Y'all need to start sending some of these fucking savages to Funky Town. Okay? Send them to Funky Town. You mind your own business, living your life, working hard, hustling hard. You ain't got time for nobody to take what you done worked hard for or hustle hard for. So they come in there messing with you, trying to take your life, send they stinking funky ass, funky foot ass to Funky Town. I love y'all, Gun Freak Nation. Happy holidays. Be safe out there.